Welcome to San Francisco for today's matchup of the NFL's two Bay Area teams. The Oakland Raiders taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Two good friends will match up as head coaches for the first time. Jon Gruden of the Raiders, Steve Mariucci of the 49ers. We'll have the opening kickoff for you right after this. Welcome back to San Francisco. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms and Armen Keteyian. You are looking at Sebastian Janikowski, the rookie kicker for the Oakland Raiders. The 49ers have won the toss, and they have elected to receive. The Niners riding a game-winning streak after having lost their first 3 games of the season. Travis Jervey, number 32, is deep, along with number 82, Kevin Williams. Full house on hand, and a noisy win at that here in San Francisco, and we're underway. On the near side of the field, it's Jervey to the 20, out to about the 25-yard line. A 21-yard return, and the 49ers go on offense. Jeff Garcia, who is having himself an outstanding year. You know, you say Kurt Warner's tearing up the league. Jeff Garcia with 11 touchdown passes. That's only 3 behind the Bombardier from St. Louis, Phil.
It's kind of amazing what Francisco has done with this offense, Greg. The changeover, Jerry Rice still not the central figure, Steve Young not the quarterback, but they keep on going, running the football well, and moving the quarterback Garcia around quite a bit to help the passing game.
This is Charlie Garner trying the right side. He'll get a couple to about the 28. They say it's a fumble. The Raiders say they have the football. Let's see what the officials say. Oakland football. Marquez Pope came up with the loose ball.
Well, Charlie Garner coming around. They think they can run the football today. Anthony, couldn't tell who stripped the ball out right there. Bryant, number 94, reaches in and knocks it out. Excellent. Marquez Pope, an ex-49er, comes up with the fumble recovery.
San Francisco had cut down drastically on the turnovers in their last 2 games, which they won. They turn it over early here. Gannon. The handoff, and this play is whistled dead before it gets underway. Movement on the Oakland offensive line. Our referee today is Ron Blum.
Prior to the snap, false start, 63 offense, 5 yards, repeat first down.
That's the 60-year center, Barrett Robbins.
Well, the Raiders are excited. They have to adjust to this, Greg, because they're usually the ones starting out on the wrong side, so they got a good break to start the game. Now the question is, can you take advantage of it?
Jon Gruden, as you see there, 19-17 is the Oakland Raiders head coach. Tim motion, Gannon to throw, near side, Brown down the sideline, and he stepped out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. 22-yard pickup for the Raiders.
Nice throw by Rich Gannon. The 49ers said, we want to make sure Tim Brown doesn't come over the middle and catch those passes. We want him to go to the sidelines. That's where he's going to get his receptions today. Oakland's offense, well designed, gets him down the sideline wide open, and a good throw by Rich Gannon.
You see Tim Brown's consecutive game streak is extended now to 113. On first down, straight ahead is Wheatley, and Wheatley with a couple inside the 10-yard line.
For the Raider offensive line, it's big. It's led by Barrett Robbins in the middle. The center doing a good job.
One big change in the Raider lineup is that Jack Crockett replaces John Ritchie, sidelined this week by the appendectomy last week. There seems to be a lot of that going around. Gannon, 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 touchdowns throwing the football. He'll throw it here, under pressure, straight ahead, falls forward to the 5-yard line. San Francisco's defense up front, keep an eye on number 95, second-round draft pick John Engelberger. The rookie is a ball of fire. Another ball of fire, first-round pick Julian Peterson, who starts with the reliable Ken Norton Jr. and Winfred Tubb.
Look at the secondary. It's young, starting 2 rookies, Plummer, strong safety Keith, Their goal is don't give up big plays out there. Play it safe. Try to make the offense make a lot of plays when they get a chance to score.
3rd and goal for the Raiders from the 5. Wheatley the lone back. Gannon throws near side, incomplete at the goal line, intended for Andre Rison.
Interesting thing right there. Good job by the 49ers defense. The Raiders put all the receivers to one side. Andre Rison by himself on the right side. San Francisco doesn't bite into it. They keep 2 defenders over there. No chance for Andre Rison to get open.
Sebastian Janikowski has not kicked one longer than 37 yards yet this year. This will be a 23-yarder. And it's good. So the Raiders convert the fumble into 3 points on the board. 12:44 to play in the first quarter, and it's Oakland 3-0. Turner's 500 rushing yards has him ranked number 2 rusher in the NFL, but it was his fumble that gave the Raiders the opportunity, and Oakland leads it by a score of 3-0. Tony Bryant. Marquez Pope, the ex-49er, made the recovery, and Janikowski with his second kickoff of the afternoon. And the wind blows the ball off the tee. There is a breeze blowing down on the field left to right. And a little breeze blowing up above as well. Nice day here in San Francisco.
Beautiful day, but when you see days like this, Greg, when it's nice and crisp outside, the wind's blowing, it's a little breezy, it makes the football, makes it a little slick, makes it hard sometimes to hold on to, and I think it makes it very difficult for quarterbacks, especially early in the game, just learning to control the football and how to deal with the wind. At least that was the excuse I always used.
You read that off of a card.
Yeah, that's right.
So the ball will be held now for Janikowski. Into the end zone. And Travis Gervey will not run this one out. So the 49ers will start at their own 20-yard line. You're going to see some terrific views of the play on the field today, and they're brought to you by Monster.com's Blimp Skeeter. Monster.com operates 2 blimps in the United States. This one 130 feet long, 40 feet tall, and when empty, weighs over 2,700 pounds. You can read more details about Monster.com's blimps at their website.
It's the most I've ever heard about a blimp.
If you'd learn to turn your computer on, you can learn a whole lot more. Chuck Bresnahan, defensive coordinator for the Oakland Raiders. So Jeff Garcia will try it again. Quick pass. That's Owens. Owens in his first game back from his 1-game suspension with a 3-yard reception. It'll be 2nd and 7. The San Francisco offensive line, Phil.
Well, it's been reshuffled, and it's done an excellent job of protecting the passer and opening holes up for the running game.
As we mentioned, Owens back after the 1-game suspension. The team with Jerry Rice, Charlie Garner, the league's number 2 rusher, Fred Beasley, already a career-best 5 touchdowns this season. Here's Terrell Owens. Garcia, incomplete, as that screen appeared to disintegrate a little bit. And it'll be 3rd and 7. The Oakland defensive line, the front 4 of Bryant, Jackson, Russell, and Johnstone. 6 of the team's 8 sacks. At linebacker, William Thomas, the Oakland leader in interceptions with 3.
And the defensive backs, Eric Allen and Charles Woodson, they are an excellent matchup against the San Francisco 49er wide receivers.
Garcia needs the 30-yard line for a first down. Throws to the near side. Garner out of the backfield has the first down and more down the sideline and out of bounds at about the 41-yard line of the 49ers. 18-yard pickup and a first down.
Well, the Oakland Raiders try to go with 3 runs time. Look, 3 guys rushing the quarterback. 1 is sitting there to spy Jeff Garcia to make sure he doesn't run out of the pocket. The problem with that defense, in my opinion, look at the time Garcia had. Zones break down. That's why Charlie Garner was wide open for the reception. You give the quarterback too much time when you rush just 3 people.
Garner and Beasley in the backfield, and the give is to Garner, straight ahead for a couple. Charlie Garner, no stranger to John Gruden of the Oakland Raiders. They were together back in Philadelphia.
Well, and John Gruden, the offensive coordinator back then, Ricky Waters was a running back. Garner's the backup, and he says, we used to call him AO. He was instant offense. Give him the football. He would come in. He was excitable, ran hard. He made plays, and, of course, he helped that offense.
That was the 100th time he has carried the ball already this season. Garcia on the move, throws, Jerry Rice, first down, yardage across midfield and out of bounds at the Raider 47-yard line. Johnny Harris ran him out after a 9-yard pickup.
Well, that's the new offense here. The 49ers, Jeff Garcia, Steve Mariucci told us on Friday, we move him out of the pocket as much as we can. And it's hard, I think, to be successful in the NFL when you cut the field down to 50%, because when you roll right, you've got to throw it right. But they've done a good job of designing plays, getting receivers open, and they get a lot of first downs.
On the end around, this is Owens. Across the 45 to about the 43-yard line, and there is the young man about whom much has been said and written over the last 2 weeks because of his display after scoring 2 touchdowns against the Dallas Cowboys down in Texas Stadium.
Well, he got to come back to work on Monday, suspended for a week, Greg. He comes in the morning, gets to talk with Steve Mariucci. You know, he's back on the team. They say, look, you're going to start this week. They tried to put the situation behind him. I don't know if he has completely, but I know what, catch a lot of passes, that'll make you feel a lot better.
Garcia on the move again. Throws just as he is hit and throws out of bounds. Tony Bryant laying a hit on him.
Well, I tell you, that's the one thing I've noticed already. You can see the respect the San Francisco 49ers have for this Raider defensive front. It's big and it's fast. Look at Darrell Russell. They don't even lay a glove on him, and a nice hit by Bryant. But moving the quarterback around, throwing some screens, trying to get rid of the football, because physically it's hard to stay in there and slug it out with the Raiders defensive front.
The 8th play of this drive is a 3rd and 6 for Garcia and the 49ers. Quick drop, pulls it down, now throws it. It's incomplete. Garner dropped it coming out of the backfield, and that'll bring on the punting unit.
Well, the Raiders, Chuck Bresnahan, the defensive coordinator, he's got to feel good so far. 2 series, one was just 1 play and a fumble. But what has concerned the Raiders and Chuck Bresnahan, they just can't stop the other team when the game starts. So he said, today we're going to be conservative, not let the players think, just let them react, and I think it's worked well so far.
Darian Gordon is deep for the punt from Chad Stanley. Waves for the fair catch and then lets it go, and it takes a Oakland Raider bounce and it rolls out of bounds. And the officials will spot it at right around the 17-yard line. We'll take a timeout. 26-yard punt by Stanley. 3-0 Oakland Raiders. We welcome you back to San Francisco. The Raiders with the ball first down at their own 17-yard line. Gannon calls the signals and will throw on first down. Quick out is caught by James Jett. And we check in for the first time today with Armen Keteyian. Armen.
Thanks, Greg. You know, the Raiders are coming off a bye week, and John Gruden told us yesterday he really used it to go back to the basics with his team. He said he thought that they were getting a little bit too enamored with statistics and sacks and things like that. He said it was time to refocus on the fundamentals, the most important which is winning the ball game. But there's one other thing he's got to worry about right now, which is the win, which has definitely picked up in the last 5 minutes. Back to you.
Thanks, Armen. Gannon avoids a tackle. 25, slides down close to the 30-yard line. That's enough for a first down. And let's check in with Jim Nantz in New York. Jim.
All right, thank you there, Greg. Jim Harbaugh was picked off and set up this touchdown pass. Greasy to McCaffrey. Just perfect. Corner of the end zone. 7-0 Broncos. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
as the Denver Broncos try to get back on track down in San Diego today.
Well, Greg, I think you look at the flags blowing on top of the stadium, those on top of the goalposts, but on the floor, down on the ground, it looks like it's blowing much harder, and it will be a factor in the passing game.
Quick pass, no one out there, and it's incomplete to Napoleon Kaufman. We talked about the young San Francisco secondary. Guess what, guys? You got to cover everybody.
Well, Jim Moore Jr. said sometimes we have problems even lining up. Look at this. Napoleon Kaufman catches that football. It's going to be a touchdown. Nobody out there. Good job by Rich Gannon seeing it. But when you saw that replay, Greg, did you see the football move? It actually took a dip going down right before it got to Kaufman, and I think that's the reason why he dropped it.
2nd and 10. Wheatley to about the 2, maybe the 33. Let's go back to that pass out to Kaufman.
Well, it's just a good job by Rich Gannon just seeing. Sometimes look at Napoleon Kaufman to the top. Look the nearest defender where he's at. One of the safeties. Napoleon Kaufman, maybe the fastest guy in the field. If he catches that cleanly, it is definitely going to be a foot race.
Boy, you talk about youth. The rookie, Ahmed Plummer, is at corner. One of the safeties, John Keefe, is a rookie. Lance Schulter is his 3rd year. Monty Montgomery his 4th. 3rd and 6. Here comes the blitz. Gannon steps up. Halftime, throws, complete, and then knocked down. Coming out of the backfield is Zach Crockett, short of a 1st down.
Well, that time they were receivers open to Rich Gannon's left. He decides to go to the right side where the 49ers have kind of overloaded their defense, and that's why somebody's in good position to come up and make the tackle. Monty Montgomery does a good job of stopping the receiver, not letting him pick up extra yards.
Wayne Leckler, the rookie out of Texas A&M, the Raiders' 5th-round draft pick. Kicks it away. Kevin Williams watches this one sail over his head and into the end zone. Booming kick by Leckler of 66 yards. That'll stop the clock with 6:26 to play. Wind aided, perhaps. 3-0 Oakland. Welcome back to San Francisco. 6:26 to play here in the 1st quarter. And Jeff Garcia going back to work. We had fun talking with Steve Mariucci about Jeff Garcia. You might say he's a little reckless when he pulls the ball down and runs with it. Tries to jump and throw over the offensive line. It's incomplete. Number 57, Roderick Coleman, was there perhaps to get a hand on it. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, Greg, I think when you look at Jeff Garcia, what he does, that's what he's about. Moving around, trying to. He's not going to really beat you with the strength of his arm, but look at the Raiders just pushing the pocket and making it difficult for Jeff Garcia, who's about 6'1", to see down the field.
The Arizona Cardinals blitzed him 57 times last week. Beasley, nothing there. It'll be 3rd and 10.
You know, a couple things, though, about Jeff Garcia, Greg. We talked to Steve Mariucci. One of the first things I said, do you ever have a talk with your quarterback and just tell him, hey, look, you know, Jeff, you got to settle down a little, because he does play so reckless. You worry that he's just going to get hurt and he's going to hurt the team because he's played so well. But that's the way he is. He likes to move around. The Raiders, one of their big keys today, to make him stand in there and beat us throwing the football from the pocket.
3rd and 10, that's Owens in motion. Throws near side, incomplete, miscommunication with Owens, who didn't turn the ball.
Well, what a difference for the Raiders. The first series they came out, the last series I should say, and they played very conservative. This time they're in the flow of the game. They feel good about what they're doing, very aggressive, and they really just, they manhandled the 49ers all 3 plays that time.
And it's out of character for the Raiders, too, because their coaching staff has been concerned about them being slow starters this season.
Well, they ran that, before they came out of the game, they say, hey, look, we're down 21-0, let's go. So maybe it worked.
Darian Gordon. Deep for the kick, and that's kicking into the wind. And it didn't go very far. Bounces out of bounds. at about the 46-yard line of the 49ers. Only a 26-yard punt into that wind here in San Francisco. Just under 5.5 to play here in the first quarter. The Raiders, off of an early Charlie Garner fumble, converted a field goal by Sebastian Janikowski. That's what we have so far. 3-0 Oakland. Second time today the Raider offense begins in 49er territory. Napoleon into the game, and he gets the handoff across the 45 to about the 43-yard line.
You know, a couple things about this Raider offense today. Just talking to John Gruden and Rich Gannon and asking them questions about the 49er defense. And I think I got the impression especially from Rich Gannon, we're going to go out, and I think you got to be aggressive when you play the 49ers defense because it's young, they don't do a lot. In the National Football League, when you can know what the defense is going to do, you should be able to take advantage of it.
Comes the blitz. Picked up, thrown, incomplete to the near sideline. Ahmed Plummer stepping in to break up the intended pass to James Jett.
Well, Ahmed Plummer, the first-round draft pick from Ohio State. Watch him against James Jett. Doing a good job. Sees the quarterback, knows it's a quick drop. Oh, that's just an excellent play. Front hand reaches out to get the football.
Plummer, the 24th player overall in what appears to have been an excellent draft by the 49ers. Randy Jordan now in the backfield with Crockett. Gannon, across the middle. Tim Brown out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Raiders after a 19-yard gain.
Well, the one thing, if you're going to blitz, the one thing I would not want to do, as soon as Tim Brown goes across the middle, somebody has got to help the corner. That time it's Jason Webster covering him. But when Tim Brown is moving and there's nobody loose in the secondary to help you out, it's almost impossible to cover him over the middle.
We told you about all the rookies that'll figure in on this San Francisco secondary as you look at the numbers on Tim Brown. Jason Webster is a second-round draft choice out of Texas A&M. Now Wheatley and Crockett in the backfield on first down. The pitch for Wheatley, left side. To about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, I have to almost, I giggled a little, Greg, because when you see Tyrone Wheatley run there and he just piles it into the line of scrimmage and picks up a couple yards. John Gruden was saying it right to us yesterday. He goes, look, Tyrone Wheatley is not going to average like 4.5 yards a rush for us. His job, he's a big back, is to take it and just ram it up in there. And if he doesn't like to do that, I'll go out there and I'll find me a guy that likes to ram it up in there. That is his job.
Gannon dances out of trouble. On the run, penalty marker is down, and Gannon is out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Marker was thrown on the near side of the field.
Quarterback scrambles. He leaves the pocket. That means wide receivers are going to change routes. So what I'm trying to lead to is I'm guessing it's going to be defensive holding.
For illegal contact will be picked up since the quarterback never threw a pass.
So that's an 8-yard pickup for Gannon.
I think anytime you take a chance and you're going to try to pressure Rich Gannon, your players up front, defensive linemen and whoever's blitzing, you got to show some discipline. Don't always try to get to the quarterback. Spread out evenly, make him stand there and throw it. I've seen Oakland play so many times. The only team that even did that somewhat successfully was the Denver Broncos. They made him stand back there and throw the football, and he did it pretty well.
You know, it's basically the same philosophy that both of these defenses want to use because they're both quarterbacks that can roam.
You know,
Legal contact foul occurred while the quarterback was still in the pocket. It's a 5-yard penalty enforced from the end of the run. First down.
A change of mind on the field.
Greg, I can't remember what coach we were talking to when we were talking about quarterbacks moving. And he says, yeah, it's a great theory. We're going to try to keep them in the pocket. But once the game starts, those defensive linemen and pass rushers, all they can think of is get to the quarterback. So they all lanes for a running quarterback to go through.
Gannon has carried 3 times for 18 yards now. First and goal. Loose football. 49ers say it's theirs. And the turnovers now are even. Bryant Young comes up with the recovery. Straight up the middle, the hit early on by Brentson Buckner. Well, the Raiders took advantage of a turnover early in the first quarter. 49ers get one back, although they are deep in their own territory as we get underway. First down for San Francisco. Trying to find some running room is Charlie Garner. Let's go back to the fumble.
Let's take a look and see what happens. Watch Brentson Buckner, number 99. He gets right in. They try to block down. They miss. But look at the handoff. It hits Napoleon Kaufman up in the shoulder pads. He never has a chance to wrap it up with his arms before Buckner hits him. That causes the fumble.
And officially, that is a fumble charge to Rich Gannon, since Kaufman never had possession. 2nd and 4. Fred Beasley. Not much there, and we check in once again with Jim Nantz in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg and Phil, here's the game that pits a couple of coaches who have been there at 3Com. Holmgren and Seifert, Carolina and Seattle, and it's the Panthers on the board first. Donald Hayes from Berline, 7-0 Carolina. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
All right, thank you, Jim. Here is John Ritchie, the sideline fullback. Nice arrow, Phil.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
You know, he had his appendix removed last week, and he wanted to play today. John Gruden said, no, we have to keep him off the practice field. Garcia. And Garner is dragged down at about the 17 or 18-yard line.
Well, I like what the Raiders did that time. The 49ers love to throw short passes over the middle. Greg Biekert, number 54, he has nobody to cover. He just drops back in the middle and waits for a receiver to come. And when they come across, he makes the tackle, makes it short of the first down.
So Stanley, who got off a 26-yard punt into the wind the last time he tried this, will try it again. Darian Gordon is deep. Not that deep. Gordon with the fair catch at his own 47-yard line. 34-yard punt off the foot of Stanley at that time, and we invite you to see what some of the quarterback club members like Warren Moon, Rich Gannon, and Donovan McNabb had to say in their weekly diary. That's only on NFL.com. Did you keep a diary when you played ball, Phil?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I want to have a record of all the times I lost, got beat up. Those things I have fond memories of. I want to remember those things. Thank
Close to your heart.
Yeah.
Boy, the Raiders have had the advantage as far as field position goes. 49ers have been in the hole all day.
They have, but they only had 3 points to show for it, Greg, and they got the wind to their back.
Gannon, play fake. Dances out of trouble and throws complete. At midfield is Wheatley, and Wheatley is run out of bounds just across midfield and into San Francisco territory. A pick up 4 on the play.
Well, that time sometimes you go, well, what was nobody open down the field? Rich Gannon gets under pressure. James Jett, you know, the one thing we said early, the 49ers don't want to give up big plays, so they're going to back off from those corner positions a lot. There are wide open spaces outside, but the pass rush doesn't give Rich Gannon time to go out there.
Hole on the right side for Wheatley, and Wheatley dances across the 35 to about the 34-yard line. And as the clock continues to run, it appears that will be the last play of the first quarter. And now the clock stops. John Gruden is way out on the field.
I never saw a flag hit the ground. I still don't.
Illegal motion. Number 80 offense. Went in motion from the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Penalty is on Andre Rison.
I could not hear what the official said. Did he say
illegal motion?
Illegal motion, okay.
So instead of a first down, it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Raiders. And the clock has now wound down, and we are out of time in the first quarter. Rich Gannon will now be looking right into that stiff wind here in Com Park in San Francisco. The Raiders with a 3-0 lead, and we'll be back for the start of the second quarter after this. Gannon with 18 rushing yards on the day. The rest of the Raiders have 10. Gannon, straight drop, spins out of trouble. On the move, looking, throws complete to the sideline, incomplete. Ball fell to the turf, and let's go down to Armen Keteyian. Armen.
Thanks, Greg. A rather big blow to the 49ers defense. One of their best young players, outside linebacker Julian Peterson, just left the field just moments ago. The word is a sprained left knee, the questionable return. He will definitely not be back for the first half. Back to you.
All right, Armen, the first-round draft pick out of Michigan State with a sack and 2 interceptions to his credit this season. Jeff Posey, third-year man out of Southern Mississippi, replaces him on the field. Jordan and Crockett in the backfield on third down. Gannon over the middle. In and out of the hands of Andre Rison.
The Raiders got what they wanted that time. Tim Brown comes across the middle. What happens when he goes across the middle? They're going to go after him. Watch Tim Brown come from the left. Watch the safety get out of the way. There's a wide open space in the middle. The throw's just behind Andre Rison. Can't come up with the catch.
So Kevin Williams at his own 10-yard line for the kick from Shane Lechler. It's into the wind for the first time today. This isn't going very far at all. Out of bounds. The 31-yard line. That's a 22-yard punt. Oh, that'll kill your average, won't it?
It's hard. That takes time, dedication.
Can you tell Halloween is coming? Garcia, play fake, straight drop, throws, hits Owens. Owens, first down and more down the sideline. 15-yard pickup and a first down.
Catches underneath, and watch Jeff Garcia. Ooh, that is close. That's almost a late hit by Grady Jackson.
Garcia, quick drop, gets hit, and a penalty marker is down. Roderick Coleman was in a hurry. And Ron Blum says this will back the 49ers up. So from the 36 now, Garner dancing ahead to close to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 16. You know, Phil, getting back to Terrell Owens, you and I had a few discussions about him and about what he did in Dallas. And I think coming in, we both agreed that he was a pretty unlikable guy who did a pretty unlikable act. And after talking with him on Friday, I think we came away thinking he's a very likable guy who did a very unlikable act.
Well, I think he stated his case to us very well, Greg, and he was just upset by the way he was treated, I think. He says, everybody treated me like I was some kind of thug for doing that celebration.
Garcia throws this side, and Owens slipped down on his cut as the ball sailed out of bounds. Charles Woodson was right there with him.
I don't know the particulars, but it's been other things he's done within the organization that brought this on. That is one thing, being late maybe for some meetings. And even the words he had to say after he did this, and all the team was so upset.
Let's go to Ron Blum for
Prior to
this.
the snap, false start, 65 offense, 5 yards, repeat third
Ray
down.
Brown.
They didn't do that because that's the first time he ever stepped outside the bounds of what he should be like, act like as a 49er.
Garcia going to go deep. Jerry Rice is out there. No, it's not Jerry Rice. It's J.J. Stokes. But he overthrew him, and it's incomplete. And Garcia climbs off the turf.
Well, Jeff Garcia likes to throw the football short, but when he decides to go long, let's just take a watch this time. He's got wonderful feet in the pocket, gets a lot of momentum going forward, and he just thrusts his whole body forward to get the football down the field and make those throws.
So now Chad Stanley gets to kick with the wind, and it's blocked. 25-yard line. But another opportunity for the Oakland Raiders. Bobby Brooks, number 55, was in on the punter.
Boy, the Raiders up front are winning the battle so far today. Their defensive line and that special teams just kind of continue to process. Everybody pushing the 49er offensive line back, and they get back in there and they make the block. Watch from the ump cam as you see it. Look at the players coming through, and that is clean. 3, 4 Raiders back there.
Second time this season the Raiders have blocked a punt. And Oakland takes over at the San Francisco 24. Wheatley and Crockett behind Gannon. The give is to Wheatley. Up the middle. Lots of running room. Across the twisting to about the 17-yard line.
Well, you know, coming in, I said early in the game, the Raiders could take advantage of the 49er defense throwing the football. The conditions have kind of changed that. They've had receivers open. Gannon didn't find them. Maybe the wind blew the football away. They drop a pass. So now you got to go back and beat them the way that you've really designed this team to be a power team, to run it hard, and then set up some pass plays on some play action.
Second and to the left side. A helmet comes off. And Winfred Tubbs in on the stop. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Boy, did you see all the 49ers over there making that tackle? Jim Moore Jr. says, hey, you know, we can make some mistakes, but the one thing we will do, we will run to the football, and we hustle, and they got some pretty good speed on defense now.
Jim Moore Jr. saying it's been fun. This team learned day to day and week to week, talking about all the youngsters he has on defense. 3rd and 3, Gannon with plenty of time and overthrows his man, incomplete. Ricky Dudley was the tight end out there.
Well, you don't see Rich Gannon make these type of throws too often. Ricky Dudley is wide open. He's going to pick up the first down. Rich Gannon looks like he said, well, what happened is he had to change his delivery. Defender in front of him, so he tries to go real tall and high. That's not something he does very well. He likes to stay low, throw it sidearm, throw it around people, not over them.
Janikowski from 35 yards out. Wind or no wind, he cleared that by a bunch. The Raiders up their lead to 6-0. Boy, we may not have better scenery anywhere across the nation than that view as you take a look now from on high. Welcome back to San Francisco. The Raiders kick it away with a 6-0 lead. 3 yards deep into the end zone. Kevin Williams runs it out to the 15 and brought down at about the 17-yard line. And Jeff Garcia comes trotting back out onto the field, and, you know, he kind of knows what's waiting for him, Phil. Janikowski from the 20-yard line. And at the 12-yard line is Travis Jervey to the 23 and smacked down there. That's an 11-yard return, and this is what San Francisco has done with the football here in the first half.
Yeah, not much happening on any of those plays, any of those.
Steve Mariucci says it's been a different experience with all these kids around. Charlie Garner spinning to about the 25-yard line, picked up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. With veterans, all you have to do is worry about getting them to the game on Sundays when they're healthy.
And you got young guys, and they're spending a lot more time on the field, working on fundamentals, coaching. He says sometimes you even got to slow them down in practice because they're so eager, they're so energetic, they want to do everything to please the coaching staff. So it's been a good experience, I think, for the 49er coaches to have these young guys and work so hard with.
Here comes the blitz. He got rid of it, and it's complete across the 30 out to the 33-yard line. Greg Clark appears to be maybe about a half-yard shy of a first down, and Garcia gets up slowly.
Boy, look at that. I mean, he's taking some big hits. Power to go 100% all the time. He could be maybe the best defensive player in football.
3rd and about a half a yard. Going to try to run it. Garner appears to have enough for the first down. Charlie Garner listed at 5'9" and 187. That's not a lot of weight to throw against him. Garner around the left side, trying to turn the corner and can't. Greg Beaker in there to break it up, the middle linebacker.
Well, this play just illustrates the 49ers still one of the best teams in the league when it comes to doing the sweeps around to the outside. As he comes around, look at that. Greg Beaker's there. Defensive backs coming up. So much penetration. Again, watch it. Jackson, Lance Johnson in there. Darrell Russell chasing it from behind. Alexander gets a little action there, a little late.
That's a good job by Greg Beaker to breaking down the blocking ahead of Charlie Garner and bringing the running back down as well. 2nd and 12. Flags fly. And Garcia goes down, and he gets a penalty. Darrell Russell, with that hit on Garcia, draws a flag.
About sacks and all that, just do your part and help us win the football game.
Garner with running room this side, 35, 30, and out of bounds. Anthony Dorsett came over to knock him out of bounds after a 19-yard pickup and another first down for the 49ers.
Now the key to blitzing on defense is to make sure you're evenly spaced. That time they're not. Brian, number 94, gets pushed down inside. It creates a hole outside. There's no linebackers there because they're on the blitz. And look at the big hole Charlie Garner has. When you overcommit from your position, when you're blitzing, it creates a hole, and it's an amazing thing. When there's a hole, the offense, they find it, and they get the big gains.
First down, 27-yard line. Fake the end around. Garcia steps up, throws incomplete. Garner was intended receiver, and that's Garcia getting off the ground.
Almost every time he throws it, so he's not planted, so the hits to him probably don't hurt him.
Quick pass, that's complete to Jerry Rice inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Pickup of 8, it'll be 3rd and 2.
See, that's the new Jerry Rice we saw there, Greg. In the old days, he caught that slant, and he'd be in the end zone doing whatever. Now he's turned into like a possession receiver, uses his size and his body, I think, very well, and just shields the football from the defender, and it works, and it makes it easy for the quarterback to throw to him.
This is the 215th consecutive in which Jerry Rice has caught at least one pass. Garcia keeps, throws, complete. Clark inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, and there is a penalty marker down next to Garcia.
Tony Bryant comes in. Look, it's 3rd and short. It's 3rd and short, and you're playing defense for the Raiders. Why would you lose containment? You know they're going to move the quarterback.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 94, defense. Half the distance.
Oh yes, the ball is gone. That is not even close.
Well,
and
it appears part of the game plan is to wear the heck out of Jeff Garcia today.
Greg,
against the Oakland defense on this drive, 1st and goal. Straight ahead is Charlie Garner, and then thrown back by Elijah Alexander.
this kind of reminds you, and I hate to go back in history sometimes like this, but this is Raider, what they used to do in years past. You know, they go out there and they're dominating the pace of play, but they're just making silly mistakes by roughing the passer twice, doing things that really you should not do in the course of a game.
Long time head of the Oakland Raiders, Al Davis looking on. Garner, the lone back behind Garcia. Garcia pulls it down, now throws at the end zone, touchdown, Terrell Owens, and what will he do with the football?
Well, he thought, but he couldn't come up with it quick enough.
We asked him on Friday, what will you do the next time you score a touchdown? And he would only smile.
Again, watch this. Owens goes down the field. Garcia's looking everywhere, wide open. Finally, he goes from the right to the left, spots him, and Jerry Rice right there to congratulate.
Wade Ritchie 17 of 17 on extra points this season, is now a perfect 18. Jeff Garcia gets off the ground numerous times, throws the touchdown pass to Terrell Owens, and the 49ers lead by 1. Terrell Owens, right, Phil?
I know he played it right.
Bouncing to the 12, Calvin Brandt to the 30, bounces off the tacklers, trying to turn the corner, won't be able to do it. Number 38, Ronnie Hurd, the rookie out of Mississippi, makes the tackle after a 24-yard return. This is Terrell Owens after his touchdown. No performance at midfield. Good for him. The Monster.com blimp. Skeeter providing us with live aerial shots of the game today. Monster.com operates 2 blimps. Skeeter is the name of the red monster at the bottom of the blimp. Movement before the snap. Ricky Dudley jumped early.
Raiders a little anxious on offense.
Prior to snap, false start. 83 offense, 5 yards, repeat first down.
You know, you get that week off. I can see why you would have a few of these penalties early in the game. Just getting the rhythm of playing in game situations once again.
First and 15. Gannon running out of the pocket. Straight ahead, slides down at the 38-yard line. He picked up about 6 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 9.
Greg, you know, we were talking during the commercial. I'll just say, if I were the Raiders, and I know they said they were going to be aggressive attack, and the wind has maybe changed their thinking just a little. You got a young defense. I would move players. I would shift them. I'd give them a lot of looks. I would try to confuse them. And when you do, it creates tremendous holes for Rich Gannon to run in or big holes for the receivers to run into. I think you can throw the football with great success if you give them a lot of different looks to 49ers defense.
Gannon, short one, complete to Zach Crockett, and Crockett wrestled down at about the 37-yard line. Ken Norton Jr. hit him quickly.
Now, you know, you got a young defense. And to attack it, you got to make them feel, as you look from UpCam, you know, make them feel uneasy. Take the aggression away from them. Make them think. When you make players think a lot on defense, all they can do is react. They can't attack you. And right now, I do not sense the 49ers are having to react a lot. They're trying to be aggressive and come after the Raiders.
3rd and 9. Gannon with time. Scrambling, looking. Penalty marker is down in the secondary, and Gannon is still on the move. Now throws incomplete to the far side.
Well, they're going to have to bring in 4 new defensive linemen after that play.
Steve Mariucci trying to.
For the 49ers, chase Rich Gannon all around. Time to get off. Raise that hand and bring somebody fresh in.
So first down for the Raiders. Coming this way is Napoleon Kaufman. Kaufman spins over the 45 and smacks to the ground by about 4 of the 49er defenders after a gain of 4 on the play.
Wow, again, Greg, you just got to be impressed with what the 49ers are trying to accomplish on defense. Again, they're going to give up some plays, but when you watch the tackle, how many red jerseys were around Napoleon Kaufman when he went down? About 5 or 6 49ers on a misdirection play got over there to help make the tackle.
Well, Steve Mariucci saying, you know, we're gaining experience and we're gaining confidence, and we will draft on defense again this year. Quick pass over the middle intended for Brown is overthrown and incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 6. Gannon and the Raiders looking at a 3rd and 6. You see their success today and this season on 3rd down. Gannon under pressure, sidesteps, throws, penalty marker is down, the pass is incomplete. There are 2 markers down at the 50-yard line. And the Raider receivers clapping their hands. It's against the 49ers.
Holding, 95 defense, 5 yards, first down.
That's the 2 first downs on penalties for the Oakland Raiders on this drive alone. The ball just across midfield. Gannon going to throw it over the middle and overshoots James Jett.
Well, you hear a lot of times people and announcers say, well, the quarterback is not in rhythm, and there's a certain rhythm to throwing a football in the game for the quarterback, and Rich Gannon does not have it right now. The receivers are getting open quite a few times, but he's flat-footed, not in good position, doesn't have that rhythm or confidence, and not completing the passes.
Gannon 1 for his last 6, and John Gruden said the bye week is probably the worst for Rich Gannon. He is just wound very tightly. On the ground, Wheatley can't shake loose.
Greg, you see, look at the defense. They feel good, and they are getting aggressive. And again, hand on the ball carrier.
3rd and 11. Gannon going to go over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Tim Brown, but overthrown, and they'll have to kick.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you're throwing the football into the wind, the one place most quarterbacks miss is up high. It looks like it's a pretty good throw from Rich Gannon, but you could see as the ball is going along, it starts to rise, and Tim Brown out of his reach.
Kevin Williams is deep, and again, Shane Lechler kicking into a pretty stiff breathe. Nice kick by Lechler. Fair catch call for at the 11-yard line. And that's where the 49ers will go on offense. Friday on CBS.
And trying to keep him in a good frame of mind.
Garner to about the 13. Greg Biekert with the stop. It'll be 2nd down. Well, you kind of
in these games, and it's important in the NFL, but I think the 49er coaching staff, they won a couple games, they relieved some pressure, and they're really enjoying the experience of having such a young team without those high expectations.
Garner couldn't get away from Roderick Coleman on that one, and we'll wind down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in San Francisco in the first half. It's a 1-point game. Yard line. Raiders with a defensive stand here figure to get the ball back in good field position with all of their timeouts remaining. Garcia down the sideline. It is. Oh, what a catch. What a catch by Ty Streets. 36 yards and a first down. Second-year receiver out of Michigan moves the ball out to the 47-yard line. Clock continues to move him in at 35 to play.
Gets right in with the other receivers for the 49ers. Tall, plays big, easy to throw the football to.
Quick slant is incomplete, intended for Streets. 2nd and 10. Give it to Garner up the middle. Tackle midfield, 46-yard line of the Oakland Raiders. Lance Johnstone made the stop, and a timeout by the 49ers stops the clock. We'll be back.
They got to run.
Fred Beasley, the lone back behind Garcia. Brings it down on the run, headed for the sideline, then out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Boy, you know, Jeff Garcia, he is just, he's energy. Greg, we were up here before the game, even warming up. He's hopping around, jumping, sprinting around. He just can't stand still, but that's the reason why he's having success. Young team, he doesn't give, he's not going to give the play a lot of time. If it's not there, if there's something open, he's going to run with the football. The receivers, and gets out of bounds to save the timeout.
7th play of this drive. He pulls it down. He goes deep. It is incomplete, overthrowing everybody. Terrell Owens on the field and double covered.
Well, sometimes a quarterback, as he drops back, he predetermines maybe what he's going to do. Watch Charlie Garner go out in the flat, then watch the receiver go deep. He fakes the throw to the flat, and he goes deep down the field, and you can see the defenders are there. Nobody went with Charlie Garner. And Elijah Alexander gives a hit. Here's Jerry Rice. Oh, man.
Jerry Rice hit by Marquez Pope.
Well, when you go shallow across the field, the defenders are allowed to hit you.
1:09 to play, and penalty markers fly. He may have run out
The 10-yard line or better.
It almost seems like habit with Jeff Garcia, Phil, that he pumps once, brings it down, and then goes again.
He does it a lot.
Over the middle, complete to Terry Jackson out of the backfield. Inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line. And a time. First down from the 25-yard line. Deep drop for Garcia, pulls it down, throws now. Owens to the 20, 15. A blocker in front of him. He dives inside the 10. First and goal. And a little pushing and shoving after the 20-yard pickup. Clock.
He's like Tim Brown. You know, he does a lot of movement, and he catches a lot of short passes over the middle.
Garcia kills the clock at 31 seconds and comes to the sideline. Garner and Beasley are in the backfield. Garcia on the move, throws to the 5-yard line. Garner slides down. That'll be a pickup of a yard. And they use a timeout to stop the clock.
To play, don't let Garcia run out of the pocket and make it easy.
Takes the handoff. Little touchdown. Jerry Rice with his 4th touchdown of the season.
Almost identical to the same spot, the same play that they did last week against the Arizona Cardinals. Jeff Garcia fired it in there, and Jerry Rice, we said it, he's like a new receiver, uses his body, shields the defender, and makes the catch for a touchdown.
For the extra point. With 19 seconds to play in the first half. Jerry Rice, career touchdown catch, number 172.
Well, Greg, they came after Jeff. They came with the blitz. Watch Jerry Rice just go down. Look at the middle. Because of the blitz, it's wide open. I would not have done this. And look, he just goes shallow across. It's almost impossible for Charles Woodson watching. He really a terrific play. Tries to go in front, and look at Jerry Rice. Use his hand and his body. Watching. Just enough to shield him, and a perfect throw out in front by Garcia.
You know,
Jerry Rice, J.J. Stokes, Terrell Owens, Ty Streets.
David Dunn from the 13-yard line. Hit and knocked down at the 22 or 23 by Jonas Lewis, the rookie out of San Diego State.
Yeah, but he didn't throw any pass.
Yeah, he did. Kind of sloughed off. Raiders kill the clock, and the teams trot off the field in the San Francisco 49ers. Working on a 3-game winning streak now with a 14-6 lead. Let's go to Armin Katayan. Armin.
Behind them.
The Raiders will get the ball first here in the second half. Ritchie kicks it. David Dunn will not run it out of the end zone. The Raiders will start from their own 20-yard line, and let's check in with Armin. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, I just talked to John Gruden. He said what we really have to do is convert these opportunities, but most importantly, we got to keep our poise, which might be a problem. Late in the first half, there was a tremendous amount of bickering going on the sideline between the Raiders players, including a circumstance where it appeared that a coach and a player were arguing as to whether he should go back in the game or not. So we'll see how all this plays out. Back to you.
Well, Greg, it makes sense to me. They had tremendous opportunities early. They didn't take advantage of them, and then they created the opportunities for the 49ers to get their first touchdown.
Gannon fakes to Kaufman, throws over the middle. Tim Brown is there, out across the 30, and a marker is down back behind the line of scrimmage. That's a 14-yard pickup, but let's check the penalty. It's going to be against the 49ers.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, and hit the quarterback. They are going to throw that flag.
Kaufman and Crockett in the backfield. First down now all the way out to the 49-yard line. Gannon throws incomplete. That's Crockett out of the backfield. Remember, Crockett starting in place of John Ritchie, who had an emergency appendectomy a week ago.
He always said, we've talked to him many times in the past, and I don't know if he ever combs his hair. He just, hey, wherever it is, we just go with it.
2nd and 10. Kaufman slides and across the 45 to about the 43-yard line. John Gruden likes his 1-2 combination of Tyrone Wheatley and Napoleon Kaufman, and it's quite a change-up for defenses.
Oh, it is. I think it's wonderful for, it's almost like having the big fast or the small fast receiver and the big possession receiver, running back or tandems in the league where you got guys that can go outside and the other one goes in. I think it makes it very difficult for the defense to figure out what they're going to do.
4 wide receivers on 3rd down. Gannon, quick drop, throws to this side. Is it complete? It is complete. Inside the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Andre Rison.
Well, you saw Jim Moore. He got excited because
he disagreed.
Well, of course he disagreed. Let's take a look and see if he does get it inbounds. I'm not sure because he has to stretch out and make it. Knee gets down. It's a completion. Good job by Andre Rison. This is not an easy catch. And again, we saw it early in the game, Greg, with Ahmed Plummer. You've got to be careful throwing out here to this sideline. He is not afraid, even though he's a rookie, to take a chance and take the ball.
Gannon with time and now running. Out of bounds at the 35. John Keith, the rookie safety, ran him out of bounds.
Now you see
today with a sprained left knee. Gannon's 28 rushing yards leads his team. And now he calls timeout. At the San Francisco 34, Gannon, straight back, throws, that's complete to Kaufman out of the backfield inside the 25-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down, a 12-yard pickup. And there is a 49er down at about the 40-yard line.
Well, he's fitting right in there, doing a terrific job.
Gannon, straight back. Steps up. Oh, look at all kinds of running room. A penalty marker is down as he slides down at the 12-yard line. Marker is down in the backfield.
It's holding.
And Barrett Robbins is already walking back to the 35-yard line.
See, you got to anticipate things in this league, Greg.
Holding. 9 offense. 10 yards. Repeat first down.
The penalty.
As far as pressuring the quarterback.
Barrett Robbins considers him the most dominant player on the 49er defense. 1st and 20. Gannon throws, has his man just short of the 20-yard line, Tim Brown.
Good protection that time, and Rich Gannon, let's just see the football, see the wind and the movement of the football. And Tim Brown does the right thing. Look at that formation. You do that, you put all the receivers together like that to cause confusion to a young defense or any defense, and you saw what happened. It let Tim Brown get wide open.
Gannon needs the 11-yard line for a first down. Throws, sidearm, incomplete behind James Jett. 91, 93 yards. 3rd and 9. Randy Jordan, the lone behind Gannon. Gannon straight ahead. 15, 10, inside the 10, inside the 5. 1st and goal for the Raiders. Gannon came into this game with 19 carries for 72 yards and 3 touchdowns. He is a running quarterback.
Well, you know what happens? Watch this. Everybody's running with somebody down the field covering them. Nobody, it's not a zone, so nobody's looking back at the back. So all the defensive backs have their back.
Gannon calls signal. They get it off in time. Quick drop, quick throw, incomplete, penalty marker. Monty Montgomery is number 24 and appears to draw the flag.
Just got there a little too early, Monty Montgomery.
Pass interference, 24 defense. Foul occurred in the end zone. First down on the 1 yard line.
Probably screen blanket, tough call against Monty Montgomery.
Wheatley and Crockett behind Gannon. Wheatley, right side, touchdown. And the Raiders will go for 2.
Well, I look back at this drive, and it's the thing that jumps out at me. 3rd and long, you go, you play coverage down the field. Rich Gannon scrambles for the first down, which sets up Tyrone Wheatley on the short touchdown run.
Wheatley's 5th rushing touchdown of the season. Gannon fakes the pitch, rolls right, and will trot into the end zone. We have a tie game. Rich Gannon trots into the end zone, and with 9:58 to play in the 3rd, we're tied at 14. With 9:58 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Jerby and Williams deep for the kick from Janikowski. This one comes down at the 6-yard line to Kevin Williams. 20. It's a running room. Pulled down from behind. Finally at the 40-yard line, Johnny Harris made the play. 33-yard return, and let's go back to the Oakland touchdown.
Well, what does it when you get down the goal line? Watch Mo Collins, number 79, the right guard. He gets a nice push, and then Steve Wisniewski, number 76, comes around. Zach Crockett goes up in there, and Tyrone Wheatley just goes with the pile. And John Gruden, hey, this is exciting stuff. He loves game day, the competition, and he's not afraid to show it.
49ers with their best field position of the day from their own 40-yard line. Garner, midfield, brought down at the 48 of the Oakland Raiders by Eric Allen. That's about a 12-yard pickup and a first down.
And they've been losing the battle the last drive or two.
Clock continues to move, coming up on 9 minutes to play in the 3rd. Garcia, throw, side, Owen, out of bounds at the 30. And another first down for the 49ers.
Well, yeah, that's right. All coaches like to see some of the best players on the field.
J.J. Stokes looking to throw, pulls it down, steps inside the 25 to the 23. Grady Jackson made the tackle. Pick up a 6 on the play. It's 2nd and 4. And straight ahead, Garner. Garner dancing inside the 20. And a loose football. Raiders say they have it, and they do. Grady Jackson on the ball.
Well, that's twice today by Charlie Garner. That was the first time going into the win I've seen an offense have success. Grady Jackson gets the recovery. We'll see what it's like from Upcamp. Good again. Over pursued by the Raiders. Garner cuts back. Looks like Darrell Russell reaches in there and strips the football, and Grady Jackson recovers.
Grady Jackson, the right man in the right place at the right time. 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 20. Gannon throws over the middle. And taking the hit right in the field is James Jett. Lance Schulters, who loves to hit. The 3rd-year man out of Hofstra, applying the lick.
Well, there's what we talked about earlier. That time, Greg, they do a nice play action, and they do it to the opposite side. So look at James Jett coming all the way across to get wide open. And Lance Schulters, that's a pretty good lick.
Lance Schulters went to his first Pro Bowl last season. He's a 4th-round draft pick back in '98.
I was going to say, Greg, he's the one that told Friday They got to make sure Tim Brown doesn't go over the middle and catch those passes.
Gannon goes down on the attempted drop back.
Offensive lineman's first step is going to be back sometimes, so the quarterback's got to be careful and get out of there quick.
2nd and 13, Gannon has 4 wide receivers. The screen, well covered, and breaking out of it is Tyrone Wheatley. Brenson Buckner had it sniffed out, just couldn't corral him in the backfield.
Yeah, but what a job by Brenson Buckner. If he doesn't hang on there, it's going to be a long game by Tyrone Wheatley. Caught the 49ers. They were guessing pass, but Brenson Buckner, watch this. He holds on here, and you can see there are no 49ers coming into the picture. It's going to be a long game.
3rd and 8. Gannon with plenty of time. Going to go deep down the line. It is complete. Andre Rison has it inside the San Francisco 30-yard line and a first down.
Well, we know Andre Rison's not afraid to show his emotions on a football field. But again, a good design by the Raiders. It takes a lot of time. Nice protection. Second receiver coming through. In other words, the guy on the outside, the first receiver, went deep. Then Andre Rison followed him.
Gannon, straight drop, down the middle, wide open, touchdown, Tim Brown.
Well, those are the kind of plays that I thought we'd see more of today. That time they just catch the San Francisco defense in a bad defense. They don't adjust. Tim Brown, the guy to keep an eye on, goes down the middle of the field, untouched and uncovered. Watch Tim Brown. There he goes right down the middle. No safety. The safety's going wide. Nobody looking at him. They don't get easier than that.
We always hear people talking about accounting for someone on the field, and if you're the defender, the first guy you have to account for is Tim Brown. Rich Gannon with the touchdown pass. And the Raiders have jumped out to a 21-14 lead.
The field, look at the safety. It's John Keith. Nobody on Tim Brown. They blow the coverage. Watch the reaction of the safety. Turn around looking, going, what is going on?
4 touchdown passes for Rich Gannon this year, 3 of them to Tim Brown, and a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Travis Jervey will not run it out. The 49ers down by a touchdown. They're on the short end of the scoreboard for the first time today. Beautiful October afternoon. 49ers find themselves on the short end of the scoreboard for the first time today. 21-14, first down from their own 20-yard line. Garcia, quick drop, jumps, throws, complete to Fred Beasley. We remind you once again, there's only one way to see all the action on the field. You need to be inside the monster every once in a while. 2nd and 6. Garner turn the corner, and he is out of bounds at about the 28-yard line, and we check in once again with Jim Nantz in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg, for the second.
Trying to keep something going. Down a touchdown to the Raiders. 49ers have done well on 3rd down attempts. Rolling to the right, Garcia throws it away, and a marker is down from in the secondary. Well, not surprisingly, the Raiders say it's against the Niners, and the Niners say it's against the Raiders, and the man who counts, Ron Blum, says,
well, what they were trying to do.
The Raiders standing at about his own 35-yard line. Stanley's kick, high and short. Takes off with it, across midfield, and a marker way on the other side of the field.
6 of the kicking team illegally downfield. That penalty's declined. First down, Oakland. Timeout.
Gear here in the 3rd quarter. First down for the Raiders, just into 49er territory. Gannon gonna run. Penalty marker down in the backfield as he falls forward to the 45-yard line. It is going to be a holding call against the Raiders.
And said, hey, you got to sign this guy. And he said, I signed him because he's got some juice. He likes to win. Back to you.
Thanks, Harmon. Raiders backed up 10. It's 1st and 20. Gannon, patient, now throws incomplete. Fired its sidearm to Jeremy Brigham on the near side of the field. It'll be 2nd and 20.
You know, Armin said all plays. He didn't want Andre Rison in his ear telling him, like, put me in, coach. I can get open for you.
Gannon gives the ball to Wheatley. Wheatley tries the right side across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Monty Montgomery and Ahmed Plummer with the stop after a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd and 14.
You know, the Raiders, as we watch it, Greg, it seems like they have finally gained some confidence in what they're doing, and Rich Gannon has gotten into that rhythm, in that groove, and he's starting to find the open receivers. Throws.
Big defensive play here for the 49ers. Gannon gonna run. Room to run. Diving. Has the first down, but there are markers down.
It's going to be against the 49er defense.
Here's Ron Blum.
Illegal contact, 29 defense, while the quarterback was still in the pocket. 5 yards, 1st down.
The rookie Plummer out on the corner.
You just try to ride it and take advantage of it as long as you can until the other team makes that play to stop you. Right now, the Raiders have got it on their side.
Up the middle, inside the 30, inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Schulter's coming up.
You know, it's amazing. Now, all of a sudden, the 49ers, they tackle the ball carrier. And what we showed in the first half, Greg, there were 6 guys there. This time, 2 guys, Lance Schulters, and somebody comes over and goes, oh, good job, Lance, let me help you up.
And
so,
John Gruden, just to go back to that point you were making about when a team has momentum, John Gruden says you want to take care of that because you don't know when you're going to lose it.
That's right.
On 2nd and 1. Wheatley again. Has the first down to the 20-yard line. Well, we talked about how the Raiders, John Gruden talked about how the Raiders have been slow starters, and they were that again here this afternoon.
Yeah, they had a chance to really put themselves in a great position right off the start. Didn't take advantage of 2 opportunities. Gave San Francisco one, but again, which they've done all year long. Every time they get in a bad situation, they dig themselves out of the hole and get on top.
First down from the 20. Gannon with a short flip to Wheatley. Wheatley to the 15, dips outside, looking for a block, doesn't get it, but he's down to the 13-yard line. He picked up 7, it'll be 2nd and 3, and now the Raider offense looks relentless.
Well, what it does, why is the receiver open like this? Look at Rich Gannon just flipping it out to Tyrone Wheatley. Nobody's there. They're playing conservative defense, so that means there's going to be a lot of open holes for the quarterback and receiver short. Rich Gannon found Tyrone Wheatley.
We have come to the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Oakland Raiders 21 and the 49ers 14. We'll come back to 3Com after this. 1 yards passing in that 3rd quarter as he hit 5 different receivers and also threw in 36 yards rushing. 2nd and 3. Gannon gonna throw. Crockett out of the backfield, dropped the ball. See the Raiders red zone offense today. A touchdown and a couple of field goals in 4 trips. Gannon with the keeper. The 10, the 5, touchdown. On a 3 rushing touchdown day in Indianapolis, we saw Gannon do the same thing 3 weeks ago in a race 3 over the Colts.
Well, this is the play where they ran earlier in the game, and Napoleon Kaufman and Rich Gannon had trouble on the handoff. That time it's Tyrone Wheatley. But when you're playing a quarterback that can move, John Engelberger that time goes inside with the fake, you always must stay outside and contain the quarterback.
The 49ers on the scoreboard. And the kick is good. So here in the second half, the Oakland Raiders have come roaring back. Rich Gannon into the end zone, 28-14, Oakland. 72 yards. He's posted 72 rushing yards today, a career high for him. Touchdown and one throwing the football. To the 15 and out to the 18-yard line is Kevin Williams. A 17-yard return, and we remind you next Sunday a full slate of regional action here on CBS, featuring Tony Banks and the Ravens against Dion and the Redskins. While these Raiders travel to Kansas City, or Vinny and the Jets get after Drew Bledsoe and the New England Patriots. We invite you to check your local listings, beginning with the NFL Today. Oakland Raiders, 3 possessions this half, 3 touchdowns.
Is Jerry Porter, number 84, a little shaken up on the last play?
So as he's helped on the field, you figure what the 49ers have to do to regroup here with 14:39 to play here in the fourth quarter, and they're down 2 touchdowns.
Well, they're going to have to regroup their defense for one thing, Greg, if they have any chance of winning the game. In the first half, they played smart. Think about the last couple drives. Brown, the number 1 guy they want to take care of, they let him go down the middle of the field, untouched for a wide open touchdown pass, and then they just let, Rich Gannon run up the middle, run outside. You got to know when you're playing him, you got to make him stay in the pocket and throw the football.
Garcia, quick drop on first down, throws to the far side and hits Jerry Rice for a couple out to the 25-yard line.
Well, the good thing for the 49ers, the wind is behind them. They did have good success in the quarter moving the football when they were going this way. Jeff Garcia by far had his most success throwing the football when the wind was behind him. Of course, that makes sense. A lot easier to throw when it's behind you than going into it. Figure those things out.
That's Rice in motion. Give it to Charlie Garner. Has room to run on the left side. Has a first down and is thrown out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Charles Woodson doing the damage on the far side. And it'll be a first down. Mentioned Garcia, his history in the Canadian Football League, where he did a lot of running around in Calgary.
Yeah, it was fun talking to him about it. He says, oh, it was great up there. He says the field is wide open. You can send everybody, I guess, in motion. There's no limit. So you just draw it up, and when they're not open, scramble around, make the throws, and I tell you, it served him well. It was a great training ground for him.
Quick pass near side to Owens across the 35 to the 38-yard line.
And I think, Greg, he is a tremendous thrower on the run, and when he's off balance, that's when he's at his best. And, he jump passes, and he throws, even though he's not a big quarterback, he throws the ball over the top. In other words, he plays tall because of where he releases the passes.
Well, he says, the thing about the CFL is you regularly throw for 4,000 yards and run for 600 or 700 yards a season. Charlie Garner, room to run, 45-yard line. That'll be another 49er first down. Beekert and Polk on the tackle. A pickup of 6 on the play, and now the 49ers with a drive going. Mariucci and Gruden, good friends, meeting for the first time as head coaches.
Coached together up in Green Bay years ago. John Gruden, wide receiver coach. Steve Mariucci, quarterback coach.
Garcia throws over the middle. Owens to the 45-yard line, and that's close to another first down.
Well, they're coming after Garcia with the blitz, and watch him again. This is what he does so well. Moves, gonna get hit, has to jump, throw the football off balance, and watch Terrell Owens coming all the way across the field. Find the open spot and sit down, because quarterback lets that ball go. As a receiver, you got to know one thing. Those safeties are going to come flying up to make the hit.
Terrell Owens, 7 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown today. Garcia has his man near side, inside the 30-yard line. It's Jerry Rice. That'll be yet another first down after a 17-yard gain.
Well, the one thing I think the 49ers have done a good job of game planning today is they're trying to get their good receivers, or any of their receivers, on the second layer of corners and defensive backs for the Raiders. In other words, that time they got Jerry Rice against Johnny Harris. They're not trying to attack Charles Woodson or Eric Allen. They're going after the other guys, and that's what you should do.
Rice with 5 catches for 46 yards and a touchdown today. Garcia going to throw it again. Beasley out of the backfield, inside the 20, and appears to have another first down. This drive like clockwork down the field.
Man, this is smooth. They're making it look easy against the Raider defense. And again, it makes me wonder, do they get tired as the game goes along? They rotate players, but they just don't seem to have the same physical presence that they had so much of this game before. And I think also the play calling and the quarterbacks just seem to have so much confidence when they got the win behind them.
Garcia 5 out of 5 throwing the ball on this drive. Keep it rolling to the right and gets hammered at the 22-yard line. Charles Woodson coming up from the corner.
Now, that play right there, I see a flag just coming down really late. But what quarterback in the league, and what's this? He knows he's not going to make it. Well, just lower your head. That's it. Punishing Jeff.
But question there as to who was the punisher and the punishee.
Well, I tell you, Charles Woodson likes that matchup every day. But that's, you know what? Jeff Garcia could play for 5, 10 more years. That's just not going to change. That's the way he plays. That's who.
We go crackback block. Number 81 offense. 10 yards. 15 yards. First down.
That call.
The injuries.
So 1st and 25, the ball at the 31-yard line. 49ers need to reach the 6-yard line for a first down. Garcia pulls it down, throws over the middle, has his man to the 10, inside the Terrell Owens still on his feet to the 5, touchdown. What a terrific play at both ends of the football.
Watch what happens. It takes a while. Garcia runs with the purpose. He knows he's going nowhere. He looks at the last second down the field, and then Owens, look at this.
Wade Ritchie's extra point. And the 49ers are back to within a touchdown. Great pass play from Garcia to Owens, 28-21. Of them this season, he had a total of 4 all of last year. Ritchie the kick. And into the end zone and out of the end zone. We'll start at the 20-yard line. Let's go back to the play.
Well, what happens, and you watch as Owens goes down the field, you can tell it's a zone because nobody's running the covering him right away. He sees the open spot. Anthony Dorsett takes a bad angle, and look at the Niners hustling. Look at the blocks he gets down the field. Greg Clark, 85, gives a good one. And Jeff Garcia, yeah.
Terrell Owens, after a 1-week layoff, has come back in high fashion.
He has, you know, as you sit here and you watch Owens in person, you can see why he is really a special wide receiver. The size and the agility to really take advantage of all those things when he goes down the field.
Gannon eludes the tackle, throws it away. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Now see, Greg, you talked earlier. There's John Gruden. He says, you know, when you get that momentum, you got to keep it because you don't know when you're going to lose it. Then all of a sudden, what happens? The Niner defense, hey, they got some hope again. The game, they come out, they find some extra energy, and they pressure the quarterback.
Here's another thing John Gruden told us the other day, that we have not faced a quarterback like Jeff Garcia with his mobility.
I think they've done a fairly good job of keeping him in the pocket today as he goes, but he has moved around just enough and find the open receivers, talking about Garcia.
2nd and 10. Gannon throws incomplete. Napoleon Kaufman was right there surrounded by defenders.
And Napoleon Kaufman is looking around going, why is that not holding? One of the defensive linemen had both.
Gannon is now one of his last 5 throwing the football. 3rd and 10. Gannon with time and now throws. It is intercepted. Pearson Prelo inside the 15-yard line. First down, 49ers.
Rich Gannon says, I pride myself in not throwing interceptions. And that time, he's so concerned about field position, don't take the sack, that when he throws the football away, he sees no receiver. Bryant Young gets the pressure on him. And look, just trying to get rid of the football, throws it right to Prelo for the interception.
Prelo's first interception of the season, and defensive coordinator Jim Mora Jr. says, hey, those are my guys. They're my young guys, but they're my guys.
Oh, what a shot.
First down, 13-yard line for the 49ers, who are down a touchdown. Garner inside the 10 to the 9. For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS in the game between the Oakland Raiders and San Francisco 49ers. I'm Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms and Armin Katayan. The Raiders lead the 49ers 28-21. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast. We have 9 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Red zone activity again for the 49ers. Garcia throws over the middle, incomplete. That was Owens. The Raiders and the 49ers. The 49ers led early. The Raiders put on a charge here in the second half, and now the 49ers looking for the tie. Garcia dances to the near side, throws inside, 5-yard line, touchdown. Charlie Garner with 2 fumbles earlier today that hurt his club, pulls this one in and finds the zone, and the 49ers with an extra point will pull even. Ritchie with the extra point. And we are tied at 28. Charlie Garner came into the game as the league's second. Jeff Garcia has led the 49ers to 2 touchdowns in the last minute and 13 seconds. His 4th touchdown pass of the day by our count has him leading the NFL with 15 on the year. He threw 11 all of last season. David Dunn from the goal line. Trying to get outside. 30, out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. A fine return by David Dunn of 36 yards. Rich Gannon comes back onto the field trying to regain the momentum that the Raiders had. They went into the locker room trailing the 49ers 14-6 at halftime. The Raiders scored 15 points in the 3rd quarter and tacked on another touchdown in the 4th. But the 49ers have come roaring back to tie this game at 28 apiece. Rivals on the field, rivals for the affections of the fans in the Bay Area. Tyrone Wheatley up the middle, across the 40 to about the 43-yard line.
Well, that's what you got to do, to settle your football team down and to get the crowd 8 yards.
On second down. On the ground again, Wheatley pulls his way across the 45, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Now see what that does, run for a first down. That'll slow down the pass rush. That'll take some of that momentum away from the defense. And now you get a chance to execute your offense. You know, again, 56 points have been scored. Only 10 have been scored in the direction that the Raiders are moving right now. And the touchdown came from a bootleg on a short drive because the quarter changed by Rich Gannon.
Gannon gives it to Wheatley, and this time he is brought down for very little gain. Lance Schulters made the stop. We'll say nothing gained on that, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Jim Mora, defensive coordinator for the 49ers. His is a young and inexperienced defense that has to grow up very quickly in this season.
Well, they are. If you follow the 49ers, you can see the improvements they make as every game goes by. Less and less mental mistakes where they're giving up those easy plays and touchdowns.
Gannon to throw into the wind, going to go deep down the sideline, incomplete, bouncing off Andre Rison's hands. It'll be 3rd and 10. Including an interception. 3rd and 10. Gannon going to go back at Plummer down the sideline, and a penalty marker is thrown. James Jett was the man out there. And it's going to be an interference call on Ahmed Plummer, the rookie out of Ohio State.
That's a whole different thing. Andre Rison going against you, and all of a sudden it's James Jett. If you get fooled at all by James Jett, he is
interference. 29 defense. First down, Oakland.
If you get fooled by James Jett, look across the field. There it is up top. You know, sometimes he didn't know the football was going to be way overthrown. He knows it's James Jett, and all of a sudden he realizes, oh no, he's going deep. You know, your first instinct is reach out, grab him, do something. Don't give up the touchdown.
Kaufman and Crockett in the backfield. First down, Raiders at the San Francisco 23. Kaufman hit at the 25-yard line. Ken Norton Jr. lost his helmet and does a little talking.
Well, we had a chance to talk to Ken Norton on Friday, and
we welcome those of you who watched Arizona defeat the Cleveland Browns. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms here in San Francisco. Rich Gannon to throw with time. Pulls it down now and then escapes the tackle across the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Brenton Buckner made the stop.
Field goal range.
But that field goal would be going into the wind with the rookie Sebastian Janikowski. Gannon over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Ricky Dudley, the tight end. And here comes Janikowski.
Greg, we watched him warm up. Going into the wind, Janikowski did not have a problem powering the football through the wind. Of course, that was practice. This is for real.
He's kicked 2 today. This will be a 41-yarder. He has missed this season from 41, 49, and 50. The kick is away. And no good. We are still tied at 28, and Jeff Garcia gets the... Sebastian Janikowski, the #1 draft choice of the Oakland Raiders, brought in to the kicking game. Just pushed this one a little left.
You know, Greg, I'm not even sure if he even pushed it. He looked like he was on good balance.
And good friends and rivals now. Steve Mariucci, John Gruden former assistants with the Green Bay Packers, facing each other as head coaches for the first time.
I think the wind is what kept it from staying inside. The wind was blowing a little to the right, pushed the football out there.
Garcia. The give to Garner. Garner, right side, tripped up and falling at the 33-yard line, and we check in the New York and Jim Nantz. Garcia with the wind at his back and a terrific stable of wide receivers. Garcia over the middle. Owens, 45, midfield, 45, and inside the 40-yard line of the Raiders. 27 yards. Charles Woodson made the tackle. What a return to action Owens has made today.
I said it earlier, it's just a good job of the 49ers. Look, it's Terrell Owens against Johnny Harris. Fakes, he goes across the field almost all the time, and this time he fakes across. When he goes back out, Johnny Harris is fooled. That's why he was wide open for the big play.
The ball at the 39-yard line of the Raiders. Garner. Maybe two. To remind
much because the 49ers are attacking whoever's covering the receiver that they're not.
Jeff had to buy 44 tickets. He said, I'm basically playing for free this week. Garcia brings it down, forward across the 35, lost the football. The Raiders say they have it. Was it blown dead?
I did not hear a whistle to blow it dead. They are just saying it was down.
Ron Blum wants a conference.
We can see the line judge saying it was down. Let's watch and see if the football does come out. Garcia again, look, nobody in the middle of the field letting him go up, and it is out. It's a fumble. That play was blown dead. I did not hear a whistle. I heard the whistle after it was all done. That football is coming out.
That's a 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. We'll get this sorted out. We'll take a timeout and come right back. And after some discussion, the play stands with a 49er possession just inside the 30-yard line. Remember, Wade Ritchie would be kicking with the wind at his back. Straight ahead and not much there for Fred Beasley. Let's go back. Clock moving at 1:40 to play. Jumping. Boy, this is going to be close.
It's going to be very close.
Charlie Garner kind of did the Fosbury flop at the line of scrimmage. And the Raiders feel they've stopped the 49ers. And we'll take a look at the measurement.
I heard one of them say, get back so TV can see. That's right. Let us know. We want to see what's going on.
He didn't get there. First down, Raiders.
Take a look up inside when it gets to be short yardage situation. Oh, Greg Biekert comes off the corner and gets into the legs of Charlie Garner. Watching number 54 gets underneath, stops his momentum so he can't go over the pile and pick up the first down.
So now the Raiders with the football at their own 29-yard line, 1:29, and they have 2 timeouts. Gannon with time, over the middle, has his man out to the 45-yard line, and that is Andre Rison, 16 yards and a first down. And now the hurry-up offense.
Always the toughest thing to do for an offense in these situations is just to get it going. So Andre Wright coming up with a big catch to get the momentum going for the Raiders.
Gannon over the middle again. Hits his man inside the 40. Rison again, this time to the 37-yard line. That's a 22-yard pickup.
Rich Gannon doing the right thing. Do not call timeout. You've got the defense scrambling. Let them keep thinking. Don't let them regroup.
Gannon looks to the far side of the field, and that's incomplete. 3 straight to Rison. He drops this one, and that'll stop the clock with 40 seconds to play. This one figures to be winding down to include Sebastian Janikowski again.
Well, the big thing with him is, what did he learn from his last kick? You got to judge the wind, know what it's going to do to the football once you put it up in the air, and then you got to make those adjustments.
A lot of people questioned his selection as a first-round choice. John Gruden said, hey, our special teams needed help. 2nd and 10. Gannon, patient, throws, incomplete. Penalty marker is down in the backfield. The pass intended for Ricky Dudley. And it's a holding call on the Raiders.
Call.
10th penalty of the day against the Raiders. 2nd and 20. Gannon gets rid of it in a hurry. John Engelberger along with Bryant Young. It is now 3rd and 20. And 47-yard line. Screen incomplete. Intended for Randy Jordan. Broken up to him. And the Raiders will have to kick.
I was sitting there thinking, Greg, if they could just pick up 10 or 15 yards on that play, and if the 49ers didn't pay attention, the Raiders could let the clock go down, and they could have tried a long field goal, but they were not able to pick up any yards to even give Janikowski a chance at a long field goal.
I believe it was a 56-yarder that Janikowski hit at Florida State. Kevin Williams was deep for the punt from Leckler. And they will let this one sail into the end zone. And the 49ers will have it at their own 20-yard line with 19 seconds to
talk to everybody. And as John Gruden said, hey, the Raiders, they're sandbaggers. I mean, the 49ers, they're trying to lull everybody to sleep, thinking, hey, we're not that good, when they know they have a chance to come out and compete.
The 49ers take a knee and will send them to overtime. Go down for the coin toss.
Logos, tails. What do you want? Tails. Tails? Oakland calls tails. Tails it is. Oakland wins the toss. Ball. They want the football. Okay, switch for me.
So the Raiders get the football. The 49ers choose the wind, and they'll try to put the clamps on the Raiders when we come back. Each team will have 2 timeouts. Rich Gannon has done it with his arm and legs. Jeff Garcia, 24 of 37 for 296 and 4 touchdowns. And Gannon will get his hands on the football first, barring something unusual on the kickoff.
Well, we're so far up, Greg, and the wind is blown everywhere today, and I thought it was going in the opposite direction, but apparently it's changed on the football field, and the 49ers now have it behind them as they kick off.
Well, there's been a breeze up here all day long. It's gotten a little chillier as the day has gone on. A beautiful afternoon for football in San Francisco. Wade Ritchie to kick it. Calvin Branch and David Dunn are deep for the Raiders. Dunn, 2 yards deep in the end zone. The 15. And hit hard and down at the 18-yard line. That'll be a 20-yard
game. bothering until they play again next week.
Line of scrimmage, the 19-yard line. Napoleon Kaufman in the backfield. Quick drop, quick throw. Gannon completes it across the 25 to James Jett. And out to about the 28-yard line, a pickup of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. Jim Mora, the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. His defense is young. He and Steve Mariucci says it's a delight watching them learn every day. I imagine some days are less delightful than others. Double tight end now for the Raiders on 2nd and 1. Tyrone Wheatley to the 30-yard line and a first down.
But Greg, you talk about Jim Mora Jr. coaching the defense. It's one of the best scoring offenses in the NFL. He said, yeah, we said it earlier in the show, practices are great. The enthusiasm, young guys, they absorb. They want to learn. Give me some information, coach, so I can get better. But he says games, they're not as fun. Those mistakes you make in practice are magnified in games, and they cause you to win or lose the games you're involved in.
Gannon going deep. Overthrown and incomplete, intended for Jett. Ahmed Plummer was with him step for step. James Jett, an undrafted free agent back in '93 and one of the NFL's fastest men in '96. We welcome those of you who watched the Denver Broncos defeat San Diego 21-7. We are in overtime, tied at 28. Rich Gannon to throw over the middle. Tim Brown, his first catch since the third quarter, and he's off to the races. 30, out of bounds at the 25-yard line. First down, Oakland.
That time they kind of switched roles. Another receiver comes short. Tim Brown is the second one going across the middle. And as he goes across, Ken Jr. tries to get in his way. Can't stop him. Nobody in front, and now it's just a foot race. And Rich Gannon, he understands the defense. He knows where's to look. And boy, that ball just gets by the defensive lineman jumping up. A perfect throw to Tim Brown.
First down at the 25-yard line. Kaufman, penalty markers fly. Kaufman inside the 20 to the 17-yard line, and now let's check the penalty. Offside against the 49ers is the first indication.
You want 1st and 5 or 2nd and 3?
Offside, 96 defense, 5 yards, repeat first down.
1st and 5.
That's what I would have taken.
There's the rookie Janikowski. Rich Gannon told us earlier this season that he tried to slow Janikowski down. The rookie is anxious and sometimes hurries his kicks. Wheatley to about the 17. And here comes Janikowski.
John Gruden going to send his field goal unit on 3rd down, or send them in, because if you do this, if it's a bad snap, fall on the football, you get another chance on 4th down.
This will be a 35-yard attempt. For the game. Kick is on the way. It is no good. At Florida State, they know that wide right feeling.
Well, that was compensation from the last field goal. The last one was left out to the left. This time he wants to make sure he gets through it, and you can see right away he comes across it for a left footer. That means it's going to go right. I'm not second guessing, but I did not have time to say I did not like the decision. Always, I think, take another chance, get closer. Gruden elects to go for it right away for the field goal.
John Gruden says, well, go get him defense. Garcia from his own 25. Garner, left side with a blocker in front. 40, 45 and out of bounds. Eric Allen made the stop.
What a change.
19 yards and a first down.
Not only do you get the football back, but you change field position right away after the very first play. And the 49ers, that sweep, they couldn't even get close to getting outside early in the game. Now the Raider defense, especially the front, it's tired. 49ers are beating them to the corner.
Charlie Garner, 106 yards rushing on the afternoon. Garner again. Across the 45 to the 47. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Look at Jeff Garcia. He is telling the sideline, I got to play. He's giving him the signal. Look at him. I just saw him give a thumbs up. So whoever was calling the plays in said, here it is. So he must have liked it.
2nd and 8. Garcia to Terrell Owens. Out of bounds, about a yard short of the first down. On the Raider field goal attempt, Rich Gannon and Jeff Gruden on the sidelines, and Rich Gannon appears to want to go on 3rd down rather than kick the field goal.
Well, you know, that's not surprising because, you know, John Gruden has told us, you know, Rich Gannon sits up and battles with me all the time about decisions. What did you see? What I saw? And, well, that's just being competitive.
Terrell Owens, 10 receptions, a career high today. Garcia on the move, running for the first down, dives for it and has it.
I'll tell you what, Greg, this Jeff Garcia, he's something. He really is. He's the most quarterback I've seen in the National Football League this year, and it's not even close. He moves around, and the thing I like about it, when he moves, it's usually the right thing. It's with a purpose. And he throws so well on the run, it just makes him dangerous.
Up the middle, Charlie Garner wrapped up by Lance Johnstone. He gained 1. It'll be 9.
You know, I think Armin Katayan was talking about earlier. When you talk about Jeff Garcia, he said it last year. He didn't quite understand the offense. They benched him for a couple games. And when he came back, he said, it just took the pressure off of me. I play with a different attitude right now. He got benched early this season, and he's just playing. You know, it's not all up to him. Just play your position, and if the team does well enough, you'll win.
Look at the slant, wasn't there. Pulled it down, rolls to the far side, and that's complete. And hit immediately as Charlie Garner. Charles Woodson was there to make the play. This word from the sideline, Phil, that the rookie safety for the 49ers, John Keith, has been taken for x-rays. They suspect a broken right forearm. 3rd and 10. You know, Garcia does a little bit of everything. We've talked about his running, his throwing on the run, the jump passes.
Yeah, he throws a lot of jump passes.
Way next, except here on the West Coast. Let's revert back to that argument going on between Rich Gannon and John Gruden on the sideline. And now, Phil, we think we have a handle on why is that Gannon saw that they were kicking the field goal on 2nd down instead of on 3rd.
Yeah, Greg, you're right. He was pointing up to the scoreboard, It was a little confusing. They ran for 7 or about 8 yards on first. A penalty, so they took the penalty, brought it to 1st and 5. They ran it and then tried to field goal, which would have been on 2nd down. Even I said when it was going on, you do it because it's 3rd down.
So you do it on 2nd down in case you fumble it twice.
Yeah, we want to make that short field goal as long as possible.
Meanwhile, the 49ers with the ball at the Oakland 45-yard line. 3rd and 11. They need to reach the 34-yard line for a 1st down. Garcia throws, got his man. That's complete for a 1st down to Terrell Owens. What a day Mr. Owens is having in his return to action.
Well, here's what happens, Greg, because Jeff Garcia has been moving around so much. Watch the defenders inside trying to take care of him. There's 2 of them. Look at them. So what's that do? It leaves Terrell Owens on the outside one-on-one. You can't take your extra defenders and cover the #1 receiver for the 49ers because you're worried about the quarterback moving around.
Owens, 11 catches, 156 yards, both career highs. Down at the 30-yard line is Travis Gervais, who has been on special teams all day long and didn't get much on that run.
You know, now the Raiders, you got to decide what you do on defense. You got to take a chance maybe now. You got to be more aggressive because you can't let them pick up any more yards. Right now you're looking at about a 47-yard field goal,
which happens to be Wade Ritchie's longest of the season. He has not missed in 5 attempts this year. 2nd and 9. Garcia to Owen. Shakes the tackler to the 20, 15, out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
So many times today we've said the #1 receiver for the San Francisco 49ers is Owens, but you never see Charles Woodson or Eric Allen on the coverage. That time it was Marquez Pope. It's just a mismatch for the 49ers going against this Raider defense, and it's hard. You're asking Marquez Pope to cover him one-on-one and then make the tackle with nobody around to help you.
This will be a 29-yard attempt by Ritchie. Blocked. Special teams come through for the Raiders.
That is unbelievable. What a job in a pressure situation.
The Raiders today have blocked a punt and the field goal attempt.
It looks like the kick is good. He gets it up. Oh, Anthony Dorsett comes in from the corner. I can't really see where he comes from, but he gets up and makes the block. He comes in and gets it easily. It's a low kick. It was a good hold, everything.
You're right, Phil. It wasn't over the top. It was from the side.
It was from the side.
So the Raiders with new life from their own 16-yard line. Napoleon Kaufman finds running room to the outside. 30, out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Almost back replay. The 49ers get a reprieve. Janikowski misses the first play. Charlie Garner makes a long run, and that time Napoleon Kaufman makes 2 people miss.
First down, Oakland. Gannon, quick slant to the 40-yard line, complete to Andre Rison. A pickup of 9, and it'll be 2nd and 1.
Well, what has happened has gone along. The offenses have really got in rhythm, and the quarterbacks, Rich Gannon, you know, when you get open now, he is putting the football where it's got to be.
2nd and 1. Gannon with a keeper. First down and more. Midfield and out of bounds.
Take to contain them and keep them inside.
Gannon in his 13th season out of Delaware. First down. Gonna throw it. Pump fake. Throws. Incomplete. Penalty marker down. James Jett working on Monty Montgomery.
That is not a good call, and I'll tell you why. My first instincts were Monty Montgomery never goes for the fake. He is in position. James Jett runs in.
Pass interference, 24 defense. First down, Oakland.
Now that was just my seeing it live.
Francisco 32-yard line. Hoffman, left side. Run out of bounds by Lance Schulters at about the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Gannon gonna go down the sideline. His man is open. Touchdown! Tim Brown. What a football game.
What a throw, what a call. Jon Gruden, watch Tim Brown. He's going to come across to go up the sideline. So many times when the receiver goes in motion, he makes one move, they throw it to him. Monty Montgomery overplays it, and when Tim Brown turns up the sideline, he's wide open. Gannon anticipates, and what a perfect throw.
Steve Mariucci watching says, you know what? We gave it the best. Boy, did they ever. An outstanding football game this afternoon. Two old friends, Jon Gruden and Steve Mariucci. Gruden's Raiders come out the winner 34-28 in overtime. Coming up next on CBS, in the Pacific Time Zone, 60 Minutes. Terrific game, terrific performance put on by both the Raiders and the 49ers. The Raiders win it 34-28 in overtime. For Phil Simms and Armin Katayan, I'm Greg Gumbel. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.